Okay. Now let us look into the next video and try to understand what he talks about leadership. How to grow as a leader. Dr. Narayanamurthy, you all know? Hello? Hello, no crosstalk, please. Put it in mute. Dr. Narayanamurthy, all of you know, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who is Dr.
Yes, sir.
Who is Dr. Narayanamurthy?
Founder of Infosys.
Okay, so listen to him, what he talks about how to become a leader, how to grow as a leader. Okay.
How does the leader train himself? How does he groom himself? But how do I train myself? What do I do? So what did you do to yourself? Nine Murthy of a startup to a billion-dollar corporation.
First of all, the biggest instrument for improvement for leaders is feedback. Most leaders failed in the world. Failed because they cut off the feedback channels. They allowed only positive signals to come to them. Whether it was Indira Gandhi, whether it was Richard Nixon, whether it is Robert Mugabe today in Zimbabwe, every one of these people, they cut off the feedback channel. Therefore, you have to create an environment where people give honest feedback. And if you use that feedback, when you sit alone, alone, and reflect on it, I think there is an opportunity for everybody to improve. The second I find is to set aside ego when it is learning. For example, when we started the leadership training program at Infosys, we were the first company to start a leadership institute in India. My colleague Finish handled a course on selling. We all sat down. Even though he was junior to us, we all sat down, we wrote down notes, we learned, and we were the beneficiaries. Similarly, when Mohan Pai did his course on finance, we all sat down and we all learned. We are much better today because of our attending those courses. So once we understand that learning from others, even though they're junior to you, is for your own betterment, I think by and large, you can take on that.
Okay. Now tell me, what is the major learning that you have got from this particular video?
Sir, leader should be ready to accept the positive and negative feedback.
Okay, fine.
And sir, leader should ready to learn from everybody, even he is a junior also.
Exactly, right. Okay. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Anything more?
Leader should keep his ego aside.
Right. Very good. When it comes to learning especially, right? Okay.
Ready to take a criticism.
Yeah, right. Ready to take a criticism. Right. Exactly. Right.
Leader cannot grow all of a sudden.
Hanji?
Leaders cannot grow all of a sudden. Gradual growth is there.
What is that, leader?
Leaders cannot grow all of a sudden.
Okay.
Gradual growth is gradual growth.
Gradual growth. Okay. Was it mentioned something like that?
Yes, gradual growth.
Hanji?
Sir, he should be self-assessed himself.
He
should be assessed himself.
Right. Okay. Fine. 1 minute. I think you are not able to see the video, right? Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for saying this. And let us see what do we add to our leadership dictionary from the video of Dr. Narayana Murthy. Biggest instrument for development of leadership is feedback. What is feedback? What is feedback? Can anyone tell me? What is feedback? Quickly.
Sir, assessment.
What assess? What is that?
After any one thing is completed,
Ah,
so assessment may be from the viewers.
okay. Okay.
Maybe.
Feedback is essentially from the
Thinking I-
other people,
I others
viewers,
to grow.
Yes, yes, sir.
listeners. It is their impression about you as to how did you behave. I think that's basically the opinion of the other people about
Opinions
our
of-
behavior.
Opinions
clear?
of the others.
People about our behavior. Right? Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
it could be right, it could be wrong, but more people give the same feedback, then we may have to really think about it and then work on it. So when we talk about feedback, there are two things to feedback. One is giving feedback and another is receiving feedback. So you need to develop skills as to how to give feedback to other people and also how to receive the feedback from the other people. There are certain 6 or 7 basic principles which are there. When you give feedback to other people, you have to follow those principles. Similarly, when somebody gives feedback to you, how do you receive it? There are some 6-7 points which you have to remember. So kindly look into it. These are available in the web. You can always look at it and then develop your skills on how to give feedback to the other people, how to receive feedback from the other people. This is very, very important. And the second point he said was that set aside ego when it comes to learning and development, right? Okay, so you have to set aside your ego. Ego is not very important. Learning is lifelong learning is very, very important. Never ever hesitate to learn from others. Leaders should always be focused on lifelong learning, which is key to leadership development, right? And feedback. This is what one of the great management persons, Adam Grant, he said, leaders who refuse to hear criticism choose not to learn. We will learn only when we accept the criticism and work on it. Get the feedback and work on it. The higher you climb, the more people hesitate to challenge you. Silencing dissent is a step towards becoming a dictator. So don't ever become a dictator, because if you start silencing the feedback, make people not to speak and give feedback to you, then you will become a dictator. A culture of voice begins with admitting gaps in your knowledge and rewarding those who speak up. That is what Adam Grant has said. Okay. Right. Now, friends, we have seen a few things. We have looked at many points. There were many points which I have tried to bring up. I said that you please add these things to the leadership development dictionary, right? Leadership dictionary. These points will help you in terms of, understanding how to really, develop your leadership. What are all the aspects, areas, traits which you have to look at, improve, modify, stop, so that you will be able to develop good leaders. Some of the negative things you have to stop. Some of the positive things that you have have to be continued. Some of the things which you don't have, they have to be developed. So you have seen a lot of things. Now it is time to sum up. We need to sum up everything, whatever we have seen, and also add additional points. This is what I am going to do. This is going to be almost the last of the slides and all. Maybe some hyperlinks and other things will be there, right? So if you are able to now I am going to explain this and sum up this using the term leadership itself, right? That's why I have written leadership here. Are you able to see the leadership? Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Every letter is going to talk about some very important quality, attribute, characteristics, habit of a leader. It could be a habit, it could be an attribute, it could be a trait, it could be a characteristic, it could be a behavioral aspect. Anything related to leadership, each letter indicates one of them, right? So now it is time for us to understand. There could be many things. When I say L, There could be many things which you may be coming out with, but I am going to focus on one very important thing among all the things, right? Now, can you tell me, starting with L, what are all the things? It has to start with the letter L. Tell me, it could be a habit, characteristic, trait, behavior, anything, right? What are all the things which are starting with L, which are important for leader?
Listener.
Listener. Okay, listener. Right?
Loyal.
Loyal. Good. L. Only two things have come.
Learner.
Hanji? Yes, please.
Sir, learner.
Learning. Yeah, learner. Leader has to be learner. Right?
Learner.
Yeah, I have noted down learner. Right? What else?
Decision maker, sir. Decision maker.
No, I said starting with the L.
Leading.
Leading is a part of, it's an action of leader. So it's not something very important. Listener, loyal, learner. Anything more? Right. Okay, I will take listening. It has been already indicated in Mahavakya of leadership. What is the component which refers to listening in Mahavakya? In Mahavakya, how many components were there?
Four, sir.
Which one refers to listening? Which one refers to listening in that?
To be, to.
To speak, to tell.
No, you tell me out
To
of
be,
the
sir,
four,
to be.
which one refers to listening? I have already told you while explaining that. Which component refers to listening there? Listening is a part of what? Oh God.
To be.
Not to be. Were you listening to me when I was explaining? Which component?
Sir.
To tell. Communication skills. I said there are 4 components of communication skill. Listening, speaking, reading, writing. Just before T, I have told you. Have you forgotten? You should not. You must remember that I am telling you everything in a very simple way so that you will remember forever. You don't have to even refer to your notes. But within half an hour, you have all forgotten. 3:15, 3:10, I told you. Now 4 o'clock, everything is forgotten. You should not. To tell component.
To tell.
Yeah. So listening is the most important thing, which I am going to again a little highlight. Right? Listening. Why listening is very important? Why listening is very important? How much is the contribution of listening to total communication skill?
50%.
50%.
Right. Now, I told you God has given us 2 ears and 1 mouth. So God, when He created human beings, God has created with the 2 ears and 1 mouth, expecting that human beings will listen twice as that of mouth. With the 2 ears compared to 1 mouth. That means 50% listening, 25% hearing. I mean, 50% listening, 25% speaking. But unfortunately, what we do, we speak to the tune of 8 mouths or 10 mouths and hardly listen to the tune of half a year or 1 year, or not even that. And this is a very unfortunate thing. And if a leader behaves like that, not listening to the people, I think a leader will never be able to understand the problems faced by the employees, and the leader will never be able to attempt to solve the problems, right? So leader should first listen to the people. When anybody comes to your chamber or when anybody approaches you, first make them speak. Listen to them. By listening, you are able to let out or understand the problems of others, the, what should I say, shortcomings of the other people. By speaking more, you are letting out your shortcomings more. So it is always better to listen than to speak. Speech is silver, but silence is golden. What is silence? Silence is nothing but silently listening to the people. So listening is very, very important. Never ever compromise on listening. First allow them to speak, listen, and then respond. I think this is the fundamental requirement for a leader. Then only a leader can perhaps understand the problems of the people and solve the problems of the people. What is the spelling of listen? What is the spelling of listen?
LISTEN.
Can you make another meaningful word with the same 6 letters of listen? You can change the order. LISTEN, another word using the same letters. Another meaningful word. Note it down, it is easy to find out. Oh God, not even one person is able to find out.
Silent.
Silent, excellent, Suma, Dr. Suma. Silent. So listen and silent are called what? What type of, in English, any English faculty is here? They are called what? In English, what are they called? These type of words. Listen and silent, which are the same alphabets, but arranged in different order.
Synonyms.
Not synonyms. Synonyms have the same meaning, right? But listen and silent are 2 different words with the same alphabets, but arranged in different order. They are known as anagrams. ANAGRAMS. Anagrams, right? Anagrams are words which have the same alphabets, but arranged in different order. Can you guess what could be the anagram of mother-in-law? What could be the anagram of mother-in-law? You later back in your guest house, you work it out. Mother-in-law anagram is woman Hitler. Both are having the same alphabets, right? So woman Hitler, mother-in-law, they are anagrams. Okay, I will not explain or go beyond that. Anagrams are very important to understand. Now, why listen and silent are anagrams? Because if you have to listen, first thing is you have to be silent. Close your mouth. Don't speak. Silent and then listen to the people. When we say listening, there are 3 types of listening. Active listening, empathic listening, and effective listening. Active listening means listening to the content, matter, what the other person is saying. Empathic listening is listening to the feelings with which the person is telling you. Effective listening is nothing but active listening plus empathic listening. Active listening is listening to the contents, understanding the contents of the matter. Empathic listening is you are not only mechanically trying to understand only the matter, but you are also trying to understand the feelings with which the person is expressing it. So active listening plus empathic listening is equal to effective listening. So leaders should be very good in effective listening, both active listening and empathic listening. Is it clear to you? Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. The next one is, I don't have to explain to you. E stands for what things? What are all the things you are that comes to your mind in E? The topic is already over for you.
Encouragement.
Encouragement. Okay.
Enthusiasm.
Anji?
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. Okay.
Empathetic, sir.
Huh?
Energetic.
Energetic. Yes, definitely energetic. Right. Okay. Already one person has dealt about this topic. Very important quality for a leader. Dr. Anand.
Enrichment.
Huh?
Enrichment.
Enrichment. Okay. I am asking you, one topic has already been done on 6th. Sir, please don't have a cross talk. What is that Professor Anand has talked to you on 6th Wednesday?
Emotional intelligence. The one leader should be emotionally intelligent.
Emotional intelligence.
Emotional.
Exactly. So you said encouragement, enthusiasm, energetic, and enrichment, emotional intelligence. All of them are important, but I am going to focus on emotional intelligence. I don't have to talk to you what is emotional intelligence because the complete session has been done. Remember, leaders are supposed to have high percentage of EQ, EI, emotional intelligence, or what we call it as EQ, emotional quotient. Emotional quotient is much more important than IQ for a leader. This has been very well studied and given a lot of importance. I will not explain more than this emotional intelligence as far as emotional intelligence is concerned. Now, A, can you tell me quickly what are all the things for A?
Active.
Active, okay.
Accountable, sir.
Accountable, right? Okay.
Attentive.
Attentive, right? So leader has to be
Awareness, sir.
active, leader has to be accountable, leader has to be attentive. Okay.
Awareness, sir.
Adventurous.
Awareness, adventurous.
Attitudes.
Attitude is very important, right? Okay.
He should be able person.
Able?
Handle anything.
Able person, okay. Right? Okay.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. He has to have a lot of acceptance with people and opinion. Active, accountable, attentive, awareness, attitude, able person, acceptance. So you said all these things, all are important, but I am going to focus on appreciating others. Leaders should be able to appreciate other people. Lot of abundance in appreciation. Appreciate people abundantly. I think which is very, very important. Unfortunately, over the years, because of changing, what should I say, generation changing, culture changes in the world, I think that, what should I say, the mindset to appreciate other people has gone down drastically. We don't appreciate our wife, we don't appreciate our husband, we don't appreciate our children, we don't appreciate our relatives, we don't appreciate our colleagues or superior. Appreciation has become a casualty in this modern world. We have to develop a lot of quality for appreciation. Leaders should learn to appreciate people very much for anything they do. I think appreciation should be the first thing. First appreciate them, then suggest them improvements for doing the thing. I had worked with almost 19 directors in my 37 years of service. I remember only a few of the directors because who have shown exceptional leadership qualities. And one director, he will give us some work. And whenever we complete the work and take it to him, the first thing he will say is, Dr. Manikandan, very nice. Thank you so much. I will look into it and then get back to you. Then he will call me after 1 or 2 days. I looked at what you have written. It is all good, but I have a few suggestions. I think you will accept with me, and if you carry out those suggestions, that will be really nice. That is how he talked to me. He talks to people, talk to people. And then we really loved it. We were very happy to do whatever improvements that are needed. So the first thing is appreciation. Appreciate abundantly. I think that's the, what should I say, mantra you have to remember. Learn to appreciate people first. Then you can criticize. People will be ready to accept the criticism or the feedback. But if you start directly with the criticism or feedback, people will think useless fellow, he never appreciates, he always only talks about negative things. So learn to appreciate other people. And D, can you tell me what are all the few things for D?
Discipline.
Discipline, yes. Leader is to
Dedication.
be dedication. Leader has to be a dedicated person. Dr. Vishwanatha is not there in the group.
The decision.
Decision making, right? Tejas?
Direction.
Direction. Leader should provide the direction. Very nice. Who said Nagaraj? Nagaraj, thank you very much. Now,
Sir.
1 minute, Dr. Anita.
Diplomatic.
Diplomatic, right. Anita, thank you. Diplomatic. Direction is something which I am going to elaborate and continue. I think leaders should provide the right direction to the people. We'll talk about it, right? Okay. Then anything else? Diplomatic?
Sir.
Hanji? Yes, Anita, Dr. Anita? Okay. Discipline, dedication, decision making, direction, diplomatic. Right? Now,
Dynamic.
hello. Huh?
Dynamic.
Dynamic. Okay, Nagaraja. Dynamic. Okay. All of them are important, but I am going to take Kanji. Yes. I am going to take something direction which one of you said and put it in a slightly improved way. D stands for differential styles. That means a leader should use differential styles. Leaders should use various styles which differentiate people and the styles matching with the different capable people so that the leader can provide the direction according to the nature of the people. That is what is differential styles. Right? Now, what is the differential style? What style the leader should use? That is what we are.
Autocratic.
Anji, no crosstalk, sir. Differential styles. So, a leader should know your people by name and their ability and attitude. My first slide, I said leader should know everybody by name. And in this slide, I am adding more, saying that the leader should know the people not only by name, but by their ability and attitude. What is ability? Ability is nothing but knowledge and skills. Okay. Ability is knowledge and skill. Attitude is attitude. So, what three things are important here? Ability refers to what? Hello? Hello? Just now I said ability means?
Yes, sir.
What is ability? Just now I explained.
Person's skill.
Knowledge and skills. Just now I told 3 times. What is ability?
Capable enough to do work.
Knowledge and skills.
I said what? Knowledge and skills. Ability is the knowledge and the skills you possess to do the work. Is it now clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
And attitude is attitude. Okay, all of you know. So it is knowledge, skill, and attitude. KSA diagram. This is known as KSA diagram. Are you clear now?
Yes, sir.
Please listen to me, and you are all diverting yourself as well as myself by having a crosstalk. If you are not interested, I think you may log off rather than just mechanically sitting, having a crosstalk, disturbing, not listening and understanding. You are just trying to hear me. You are not listening at all. Please understand. A teacher cannot be like that. I am very sorry. I think I tell something and immediately ask a question and you are not able to reply. I told you ability is to do with knowledge and skills. I asked you what is ability. You are all not able to give me the answer. Please listen to me. If it is interesting, you listen to me. Otherwise, your choice. I am not going to force you. But please remember, you have to be understanding. You have to be listening. Listening means hearing with understanding. Right? This is very, very important. You are a teacher. You have to qualify yourself as a teacher only when you listen to the things and learn. You can't just be mechanically sitting and then talking on phone and then disturbing others also. Right? Please don't do that. I am trying to tell you with a lot of interest. Okay, if it is not important or interesting to you, no problem. I am not going to compel you. But you are all very casual. I am taking all my energy out at the age of 70 to talk to you. But if you cannot listen, you don't want to improve, you can only take the horse to water. You can't force it to drink. It is up to you. You see, people are talking on phone. This is the thing. They are not even keeping it in mute. Hello? Hello? Can you please close your mic? Is it the way you are all doing when you are speaking to someone else, when I am speaking to you? This is not right. If you are interested, you tell me, I will continue. Are you interested or not? Hello?
Sir, interested, sir. Interested, sir.
But why people are not responding? Why people are not listening? I can't even understand. Are you not interested to learn new things? It may not be your subject, but you are in a soft skill program. You have to listen and understand because these are all very, very important for you. More than 50% of your success will be decided only by your soft skills, remember, not by your subject matter expertise. Okay. Know your people, ability is knowledge and skills, attitude is attitude. KSA diagram, right?
Yes, sir.
See, for me, it is very easy. I can simply project the slide, keep telling and then going without interacting with you. Online class, it is easy for the faculty because we will be completing our job without bothering about whether you listen, learn or whatever it is. I am making extra efforts to put the things step by step so that you can understand, ask you, interact with you, but still you are not showing that sort of a commitment to me. I think it pains. That is the problem. Okay, right. So, knowledge and skills, ability. There are people in the organization who know things, who have knowledge and skills to do the job. But there are also people working in the organization who don't know how to do the thing. That is, they don't have knowledge, K minus, and skill. S stands for skill, K stands for knowledge. Skills minus. Here K plus and S plus. So these people have knowledge, good knowledge, skills are also excellent. Knowledge is lacking, skills are lacking. That is why minus minus. But it is not the ability, knowledge and skills constitute your ability. It is not the ability alone that makes a person very successful in the organization, but it is his or her attitude very important. That means I want to do work for the college or the university. Attitude is plus, excellent attitude. I want to do the things. But there are also people who don't have an attitude. I don't want, attitude minus. Now, is it clear up to this point? K plus, S plus, K minus, S minus, A plus, A minus. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you have to tell me, this quadrant, people belonging to this quadrant, tell me in terms of K, S, A plus minus, tell me. What are they? It is very clear. It is there on the border or margin.
They are knowledgeable.
No, tell me in terms of K, S, A plus and minus with that only. So these people are K plus,
A plus.
K plus S plus.
A plus. Excellent. K plus, S plus, A plus. They have good knowledge, good skills and attitude good. And these people are known as stars of the organization. They are the stars. Tare hain, Sansthan ke tare hain. But unfortunately, organizations world over, they are not filled with 100% of stars. The percentage of stars in any organization is approximately about 25%. There could be marginal variation among organizations, but it is around 25%. And tell me these people in terms of KSA plus minus quickly. This quadrant. Don't take time.
K minus S minus A plus.
Yeah. Aradhana, thank you so much. Very smart to tell. Happy that some good answer is coming. Simple. I am asking you simple questions. I am going step by step. My projection is not in one go. I am adding points after point as I speak. So K minus S minus A plus. Good knowledge, no knowledge, no skills, but excellent attitude. Ready to come early in the morning, ready to stay late up to the night, ready to come on holidays. But I don't know how to work, sir. These people are known as work horses. They are घोड़ों की तरह, गधों की तरह काम करने के लिए तैयार हैं. They are ready to work like horses, but they don't have the knowledge and skills. And this is a slightly higher percentage in organizations. Any organization world over, they are about 30 to 35% of the people. Now this quadrant, quickly tell me, KSA.
K plus, S plus, A minus.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Tejesh. Right? So it is K plus, S plus, A minus. I don't have to explain. Excellent knowledge, skills, no attitude. I don't want to do. I have got the job. I have got the appointment. Let me see what the principal will do. Will he transfer me? If he transfers me, I will try to transfer him before he transfers me. So that type of people who come and go, don't do any work because they are not interested to do work. And that's a very terrible group of people. And their job is to come in the morning, create problems for everybody, headache for everybody, and go back in the evening and happily go back in the evening. And these people are known as problem children. They are to create problem like children. No, they create problems. and they are big headache for the leaders. And unfortunately, this percentage is increasing these days. It is now around 20%, but this component is increasing. This is coming down. So there is a lot of problem for the leaders to manage these people. And the last quadrant, KSA.
K minus S minus A minus.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Somalingappa. Right? K minus
Yes,
S
sir.
minus K minus, no knowledge, no skills, attitude, and they are useless. Any wood which has been eaten away by termites, white ants, they can never be used for making furniture. These people are also like people, their brains are eaten away with the termites, and they are known as dead woods. कोई मतलब नहीं है. They cannot be used for making any furniture. They cannot be used for making any work in the organization. That's why they are called dead woods. And unfortunately, about 15 to 20% of the people belong to this category. Now, these percentages are more or less uniform among various all the organizations. Slight variations could be there, right? Now, the question is, how should a leader manage these people, right? What strategy should the leader use? Now, stars, they have excellent knowledge, excellent skill, excellent attitude. Now, should the leader has to should the leader give any command or direction to these people? Is it necessary to give direction to these people? They know everything. Should the leader spend time in educating them, giving them direction, trying to tell them what to do, how to do? Is it necessary?
No.
No, not at all, right? So, the leader should use how to manage these stars. The leader should use 4R principle. What is that 4R principle? Recognize stars in your organization. First, recognize who are my stars, and then try to give them the respect. Respect them and give them the responsibility and leave it at that stage. Ask them, please do this, and then please come back to me. And they will do the thing. And once they complete the responsibility without any direction, further information, give them the reward. Reward does not mean financial reward. You can reward them in terms of appreciating them in public, giving them small concessions which are possible within the rules and regulations. Right? Now, what is the strategy leader should use for workhorses? What is lacking in these people? What is lacking in these people, workhorses?
Knowledge and skill.
So how do you
Attitude.
give them knowledge and skills? How do you develop the knowledge and skills in the people? What is the mechanism? How can we develop them their knowledge and skills? What is the
training? Training.
Excellent. Training, Aradhana. Training and development. Training and development does not mean you can send them to another organization for training. Now, the leader himself can train them. Leader himself can make arrangements to train them and develop them. That is also possible within the organization also. Now, problem children, the greatest problem for them is ego. See, Narayana Murthy said, set aside ego. These people think that I am very knowledgeable, I am very skillful, but instead of me becoming the principal, somebody else has been promoted as principal. Why should I work? So, ego is the biggest problem. So, you have to play with their ego, manage their ego. How do you manage their ego? Elevate the ego. There are many ways by which you can do it. Whichever is convenient to the leader can do it as per his or her way. There is nothing like a standard procedure, but I am suggesting one method. Let's just lift their ego and put them down when it is required. Tell them, "Arey yaar, tumhare jaise ki yahan karne ka koi nahi hai. This work can only be done by you." Lift their ego and get the work done. Once the work is done, then throw them off at appropriate time, make them realize that they cannot behave with their ego. You can use any different strategy. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. But as long as you are able to manage them and get the work done from them, that's fine. Okay, their ego comes from various reasons and all. We will not go into that. And how do we manage the deadwoods? Socially boycott them. Don't give them any importance. Don't recognize them. I think leave them at that level. Leave them so that they feel humiliated. And if at all possible, they can contribute. Otherwise, don't spend enough time to get them into the mainstream, because they can never ever get into the mainstream. Now, so these strategies are indicated in terms of the styles of the leader, right? A leader should use 4 different styles. What are all the 4 different styles that leaders should use? Telling, selling, participating, and delegating. I will explain each of them. You have to tell me which style is suited for which people. Telling means it's a dictatorship style. That means you tell them what to do, how to do, when to do, and then ask them to come back and report to you after they have completed. Give them all the instruction. Dictatorship. Go, do this, prepare like this, write like this, and then get back to me. So this is a telling style. You tell them everything. What is selling? How do the marketing people do the things? In order to market, they will always try to bait the people. Okay, you purchase this washing machine, you will get this as a free thing. That is how the many shops and all advertise and then sell their product. So instead of looking at the main product, we were more lured by the free thing that comes along with that. This is the marketing strategy. This is a selling strategy. That means to get the work done, paid them, give them something to get the work done. That is selling style. Participating means be a participant along with the people, try to work with the people and get the work done. That is participating. Delegating is leaving it to the people completely. Let them do. They know everything. I don't have to interfere. Tell them and leave it completely. That is delegating. Now 4 styles I have explained. Now tell me to whom you will use a telling style. Telling style to be used for which person? Among the 4 categories: stars, workhorses, problem children, and deadwoods. To whom you will use? Okay, tell me for stars, which style you will use? Which style you will use for stars?
Delegating.
Excellent. Okay. And then workhorses?
Telling.
No.
In progress.
Participating.
Participating. Be along with them and train them and develop them. Participating style. Be a participant along with them in the work. Train them and develop them. Teach them so that their knowledge and skills will be improved. Which style you will use for problem children? Selling. Bait them, their ego. You have to bait them, their ego with something. Selling style. And deadwoods? Telling style. That is why in India, we always talk about Sam, Dham, Ved, Dand. Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir.
Sam, Dham, Ved, Dand. That is what they say. Now, Sam means equal. Dham means putting a price. Sam, Dham, Ved means differentiating. Dand means punishment. Now tell me to whom you will use Sam. Sam means equal. Treating them equal. Be with them. Whom you will use Sam?
Stars.
No. Sam means delegating means you are not with them. No. Equal. Sam means equal. Be with them. Workhorses. Treat them as equal and then be with them and be a participating person. Train them. Dham means Dham whom you will use. It's easy. Dham. To whom you will use? Dham.
Problem children.
Excellent. Ved. Stars. They are
Stars.
class apart. Differentiate them. Leave it to them. And Dand is deadwoods. Okay. Now, Sam, Dham, Ved, Dand. This is called the leadership style. Differential style. Use not different style, like it is differential style. Differentiate the people according to their knowledge, skills, and attitude, and use the style which matches with their behavior, attitude, ability, and knowledge. Attitude and ability. It is called differential style, not different style. So, differential styles for different folks. So, different people, you have to use different style. Differential style. You can't use the same style. So, you have to understand the nature of the people according to their ability and attitude and use the style which will get the best work done from the people. Is it clear? Are you now able to understand differential style?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's a little long video again. I don't know how much I can project, but please see this video from Saurav Ganguly. Okay. he explains in cricket what has happened, and that exactly matches with what we have seen now. Different styles.
I'll tell you a story here, and for me that was very important part of leadership. And I spoke to you about man management. There was Sehwag batting with me in the middle, and we were chasing that night 320 where I took my shirt off, and I was very upset at lunch because England got 300, 325, and in those days this was about 2002. You very rarely chased 325. It's not like modern day cricket where you just keep hitting, and the game has changed a lot. So I was walking down this long room at Lord's, and Sehwag was whistling behind me. He had his back. He was that sort of a person. He was whistling behind me. They turned up to me and in Hindi, I abused him and said, "Ek to 325 banane dete, uske upar you think it's a joke." So he walks past me and said, "Skip, we're going to win this." I said, "Let's see." So we went. We started very well, both of us. And after 7 overs, we were about 70 for no loss. I was batting on 40 odd, and Sehwag was also batting. So Ronnie Irani, and many of you would have known in England, Ronnie Irani was bowling from this end. And I went up to Viru and said, we've got a good start. I think we can get this total, but don't get out. We've played the harder bowlers. There's a weaker bowler coming in. Let's just keep taking 6, 7 runs and over, because that's what we need. He said, yeah, fine, no problem. So Ronnie runs up from this end. He hits the first ball over mid-off for 4. So I was at the non-striker end. I went up to him, tapped and said, "Good shot. So we've got 4 runs and over. Just keep rotating." He said, yes, no problem. So he goes back to his end. The next ball, Ronnie pitches it up. He hits it over the top, over mid-on. 1 bounce 4. So I again go up to him and said, well played, good shot. We've got 8. So you can still take single. He said, yes, no problem, singles. The next ball, Ronnie Irani pitches up. He sits down and sweeps right from the middle stump. He was gone. 1 for 4. I did not go up to him. And he did not even look at me because he understood. So he turned his face, took guard, and batted again. The next ball, he again hit him over covers to 6. So there were 5 balls. He hit 5 boundaries. And the 6th ball, he took a single, and as he was walking past me and said, "I've taken a single." And this is happening in the middle. And we got 22 runs that over. He smashed him. He was so good. So I was furious at the other end because he did not listen to me. So I had 2 options. Either I woke up at the middle and given him my peace of mind. So I took a couple of minutes to pull myself back and went up to him and I said, keep concentrating. So I didn't tell him anything. We played an absolute blinder of a knock and we won. We finished the game, we won. And as I sat in this dressing room upstairs, he was slightly far away from me and I was sitting there. I kept thinking to myself, I said, today you won this game because that gentleman at the other end just took the opposition bowler on. And what were you thinking of telling him? That be conservative, take a single, go to the next over. But here was one person who felt that he could hit him for 20 in that over and turn the game around. And I say this to all of you here because sometimes as a leader, when you work with different people, you have your own way of doing things, your own way of being successful, and you go and tell him, hey, this is the way I think is right. Let's do it. And we'll win that way. But there's the other person who's more talented, who's more gifted, who looks at things differently and probably has a better solution than you. And it was Sehwag that day who had a better solution than me. And it taught me a lot. We did win the game, but it made me a better captain. And a couple of days later, I met him at breakfast. I said, why did you do this? So first question he asked me, are you angry on me? I said, I was, I'm not anymore. He said, good. I said, I told you to play singles. Why did you hit him? He said, I felt that was the best thing to do at that particular moment. He said that was the best thing I felt would win India the game at that particular moment. And it was such a lesson for me on captaincy. I said, I have a Sehwag who's different. I have a Dravid who's different. I have a Ganguly who's different. And I have a Harbhajan Singh who's different. They can't play the same way. So if I have to be successful, I have to understand that they win cricket matches their way. And I have to let them do that. And I think a successful group, successful entrepreneur, along with your aims and goals and objectives of wanting to be successful, don't forget this very simple line and solution in your journey is that everyone's different. And you cannot make everyone play the same way or everyone work the same way. As long as he delivers for you, as a leader, you need to have that capability of adjustment. And I say that, when you manage individuals, you have to manage them differently. Yeah, and you cannot expect every individual to behave, react, work, and do things the same way. That is very important.
Got the point? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the crux of the
Yes.
thing? What I talked
Yes.
about, which was also reiterated in the video by Ganguly. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope you get the point. He already you have said while talking about energetic. So energy is very, very important for a leader. When we say energy, it is not only the physical energy, it is also the mental energy and also the psychological energy. So you have to start the day with the same energy and end the same energy. Please don't have a crosstalk, please. So a teacher also should have the same energy levels. Even if your class is in the last period, you must take with the same energy as you would do in the first hour of the day. So the energy levels cannot come down. So what do you have to do with that? How do you do it? That is only by doing exercises, activities, yoga, pranayam, meditation, all the things combination, right? So you have to maintain your physical energy, mental energy, and spiritual energy. All the things. Spiritual is nothing to do with the God and other things. It is self, related to self and so on. So you have to make efforts to develop your own methods of maintaining all the three energy levels by physical activities, games, walking, yoga, meditation, whatnot. We have to do that. And that is very important for a leader. So health of the body, health of the mind, and health of the spirit are very important. Plan, how do you do that? I think that is very important. So very quickly now, R, I will not ask you. I focus, you can put, you can generate so
Responsibility.
many responsibility, okay, and many more things you can add because we have less time. You can put many things.
Reaction.
Reaction. Okay, I am trying to talk about relationship management, which is very, very important. Responsibility is important. You have to maintain relationship. I think interpersonal relationship maintenance is the crux of leadership. You have to maintain excellent relationship with everybody without having any baggage, previous baggage in your mind. So relationship management, I think you already had a session yesterday on interpersonal relationship. You would have been told quite a few things. I will not even get into it. And yes stands for styles of communication, because in Mahavakya we said to be, to do, to see, to tell. Communication is very important. It is not just speaking. How do you speak? I think it is very, very important. Now look at this video, how this leader is communicating with the subordinate. You see the body language, the tone, tenor, everything of the words he uses and everything. And you will realize some very, very important thing. Now, you see this video here, QC is quality control. This is something to do with a quality control organization or whatever it is, right? Look at this video very quickly because I have one more video and I have to sum up everything, right?
Just a minute. Shukla, come over to my cabin immediately. What? See, those people can wait. You come over here immediately. I want you here right now. This will take just a minute. Shukla, what the hell is this report saying? This month again we have a high level of rejection from the customers. Damn it, yaar. क्या कर रहे हो तुम QC वाले? जक मार रहे हो क्या?
No, sir, it's not that.
Aren't you people ashamed of yourself? What had I warned you in the last review meeting? That the customer rejection should not exceed 2.5%. And the figure here is 6%. I don't understand yaar. How the hell does this material pass QC and go to the customer in the first place? इसका मतलब तुम लोग अपना काम नहीं कर रहे हो. Damn it. I will sack you and your entire QC team.
ऐसा नहीं है, sir.
What do you mean? ऐसा
QC is quality
All
control.
figures are here to see. And don't give me your usual excuses.
Sir, I'm not giving excuses. The fact is that the 6% is a consolidated figure, out of which 2.9% is customer rejection on account of material damage due to transportation. It's got nothing to do with QC failure.
Where? I can't see any such mention.
So there is a specific reference in the MIS reports.
Gupta, this overall rejections of 6% in MIS report, out of that 2.9% is in transit damage. I just wanted to check. Yeah. It is 2.8%, not 2.9.
So the QC team is doing its job sincerely.
Shukla, ज़्यादा खुश होने की बात नहीं है. The rejections are still higher than the targeted level of 2.5% which I had specified.
Yes, sir, I know it's still 0.4% higher, but I mentioned it in the review meeting itself, that unless and until this entire QC system is changed and new equipment purchased, we cannot bring down the rejection level below 3%. Now, if we purchase new equipment and adopt new QC procedures, I can even bring down the rejection level to below 1.5%.
Don't tell me that. वो तुम्हारा हमेशा का रोना है. See, I have told you before also that this year we do not have budget for new QC equipment. So cut that excuse and you just get the rejections down to 2.5%.
Sir, but कैसे होगा? It's not practically possible.
That is your problem, not mine. I don't know how you are going to do it. But by next month, you have to achieve the target. So, but enough. I'm in the middle of a meeting. We can discuss this later.
You have seen this video? Have you seen? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Now, would you like to communicate or speak like that? If you can't, I mean, do you think that he's a good leader? He spoke well.
No, sir.
Yes or no?
He must not communicate like that. No,
Huh?
sir. No, sir. He must not communicate. He must not communicate like that, sir.
Okay. So what are the major negative pointers from the video styles of communication? We are ordering the staff to come over to my cabin immediately, not kind and welcoming. Okay. I am speaking from the video only, if you can recollect everything. He is not offering a seat to Shukla, subordinate. Scolding in front of others, a leader should learn to condemn in private and appreciate in public. When he was scolding him, Shukla was looking at the customer. He was feeling very embarrassed that he is being scolded in presence of a customer, outsider. Blaming the work. Tumhara problem hai, tumhara hamesha ka rona hai, all sorts of things. QC wale kya kar rahe hain? All sorts of way to blame the work. Threatening to sack, use of position power, coercive power. Words used contributes to 7% of effective communication. He is threatening to sack. The words he is using is terribly bad. In communication, 7% of the communication comes from the words the person uses. So he has lost that 7% of communication, right? Not allowing Shukla to speak. Not good at listening skills, not reading the report completely. So he is missing the reading component of effective communication, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. He is missing that reading completely, right? Checking what Shukla has said by talking on phone with Gupta, not showing trust on the staff. It is not 2.9%, it is 2.8%. He confirms with the Shukla rejection rate. So it is nitpicking, fault finding, being fussy. Body language is very offending. His body language is extremely offending. Body language contributes to 55% of effective communication. So 55% plus 7% of the words, 62% he has already lost in communication, right? तुम्हारा हमेशा का रोना है, disrespecting and humiliating others. The way the words are used, tone contributes to 38% of effective communication. So 38 plus 55 plus 7, 100%. He is poor in communication. That is your problem, not mine. Blaming others for the mistake and not making any responsibility problem. Enough. I am in the middle of a meeting. We can discuss later. Disrespecting, abruptly cutting and sending him off. He called him and then he is saying that I am in the middle of a meeting. So as a leader, you should never do all these things. Is it clear to all of you? Are you clear? This is not the right way of communicating. So how do you communicate as a leader? You have to, so this is what will happen if you communicate like this. If you are a leader, I think this is what you will get back from your subordinate if your communication is bad. Okay. This is an advertisement for Naukri.com, but it has a lot of value.
So report 1. Report 2. But sir, shut up.
Sir, hotel reservation desk on line 2.
Yes, I would like to book a table for 2.
Sure, sir.
Poolside.
Your name, sir?
Hari Sadhu.
What, sir?
Hari Sadhu. Sir, may I? Yes, write down Hari Sadhu. H for Hitler, A for arrogant, R for rascal, I for idiot. That's right.
Right? This is what will happen. So how should you communicate as a leader? You have to have humility and patience in your communication, right? Look at this video very quickly. How beautifully, same leader, same Shukla, only the customer is different. And you see, this is just to make you learn the way of communication. First clipping, he was behaving like a very bad leader. Now in this clipping, you see how beautifully he communicates. This is what you have to learn to do.
Coming, Shukla. Mathur Saab is quite upset about the new QC procedures, which are delaying dispatches.
QC is quality control.
Shukla, your new QC system has affected one and all dispatches to my client this month. And last time I met him, he said next month yahi chalega.
Mathur Saab, I have already explained that the new QC system has some teething problems.
What do you keep on saying teething problem? That's your problem. I have to face much bigger problem. I have to face customer. You didn't give us even sufficient intimation that you are implementing new QC system, which is so time consuming. Mathur Saab, I understand your problem. You have every reason to be upset with us. See, it's not just Shukla. None of us here anticipated that there would be so many problems with the new QC process and equipments. But I agree that instead of a week's notice, we should have informed you much in advance regarding the new QC implementation program. Even though Shukla is not giving any information and commitment about the next month dispatches, he's just saying they are going to be delayed. That's not acceptable. I want proper commitment. You're right. That's unacceptable. Shukla, we have to give Mathur Saab a proper schedule and a firm commitment about the dispatches.
But sir, there are still some bottlenecks or backlog bhi kafi pada hai. It's very difficult to give a commitment right away.
No, but we can give a rough schedule, can't we?
So on an average, all the dispatches will be delayed by at least 10 to 12 days.
10 to 12 days? That just won't do. In that case, better you send it through old QC system. Look, Mathur, the new QC system is going to benefit your customers the most, as it is going to bring down the rejection figures to just 0.5%. This means that customer complaints will reduce drastically and spare you the troubles of high rejections. So please bear with us for a few days. Tell me, what would be an acceptable delay? Frankly, none of the customer will like delays in consecutive 2 months, but maximum 2 to 3 days. See, 2 to 3 days is quite unrealistic. I mean, we just don't want to give a commitment which we can't meet. But we will try to limit the delays to less than a week. Shukla will prepare a revised schedule and by Monday he will inform you accordingly. Well, even a week's delay is quite a bit. No, I am saying that the outside limit would be a week. And once we give you a commitment, we will stick to it. Kyun Shukla? Okay, Shukla, but you have to give me confirmed schedule by Monday. Okay, sir. Sure, I have to catch an evening flight to Delhi, so I will make a move. Sure. Shukla. क्या हो रहा है शुक्ला? Should we suspend the new QC system and return to the old one for the time being?
Okay, I am not playing it full, but you have seen this, how he is communicating. Are you happy with the way he is communicating?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, another 1 or 2 minutes because we don't have time. I stopped it, but it's okay. Some of the major pointers, positive takeaways from the video. Very quickly, I will tell you. Kamin Shukla, addressing people by name. He welcomes him. Okay. Offering seat through body language. He gives him the seat by showing the body language in presence of the customer. Mathur Sahab, I understand your problem. Empathizing. He is able to communicate with the customer, make him happy. With the subordinate, make him happy. Agreeing on mistake and so on. Okay, these are all not done. Asking for a deadline. Okay. Please, using please, courteous and polite in talking, right? Shukla will prepare a schedule and get back to you. Changing Shukla's seat, giving importance to him, asking problems from Shukla, and the video goes on. Now, this is how you have to communicate with the people. Is it clear to all of you? Right?
Yeah.
You have to have humility and patience while talking to the people. Okay. I stands for informed person. Informed means you must be having a lot of information and knowledge. That comes only when you read. Your reading has to be very good. You can't, common adage is you can't be a leader without being a reader. You have to be an excellent reader. When we say reader, you must read a number of books. The standard prescription for leaders is that you must read 18 books per year. That means about 1.5 books per month. The books include not only your subject matter books, management books, general books, stories, autobiographies, biographies, contemporary books. I mean, all sorts of books, because the more you read, the more you get knowledge, the more you get ideas, the more you get information which you can apply. So you have to be a good reader. And P, of course, personality, you know, to be, to do, to see, to tell. Personality is paramount for leadership. We have seen in Mahavakya of leadership also. So all of you, after going back, maybe after the program is also over, do a small personality audit. Look at all the things that we have talked about which are important for leadership. In that, there are certain things which you are doing which are not matching with what is expected for a leader. So what are all those personality or quality things which you will stop doing? And whatever you have learned, so many points which you have noted down in your leadership dictionary, which one you have not been doing, which you would start doing. And there are something which you are already doing, which you are strong, which we have also mentioned in the last 3 hours. So which you would continue to do. So every day make a personality audit. One issue you take up and then try to stop something, start doing something and continue to do something. I think this personality audit you have to do yourself. So friends, final thought, bringing out the leadership mindset in everyone requires understanding, learning and developing the leader skill. Interestingly, leadership is a learnable skill. You can develop your leadership skills. The common adage is you can only take the horse to water. You can't force it to drink. I have only tried to take you to the water. Whether it is, whether you would like to drink the water or not, that is your responsibility. I have taken you to the water of leadership, nectar of leadership. Whether you would like to drink it or not, it is up to you. The undisputed fact is that a teacher is a role model and a leader. If you want to become an excellent teacher, you must also become a good leader by developing leadership skills. Whether you would like to become an excellent teacher or you would end up with your career as a mediocre teacher, the choice is always yours. You only end up with what you think or choose, right? Remember, leadership is not everyone's cup of tea. You need to walk extra miles to develop those skills. So friends, I already told you, inspiration is change in mind, motivation is change in action. Are you inspired now? Have I inspired you all to develop the leadership skills and qualities? Have I inspired?
Yes, sir.
Change in mind.
Yes, sir.
Your mind has changed. Okay, I need to change my, do something different so that I develop leadership skills. Have I inspired you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Will it lead to motivation? Will it lead to change in your action in developing actually the habits and skills and traits of leadership?
Yes,
Will it also lead to motivation? Will
yes,
you?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So will that inspiration lead